Welcome back to Larry Campbell Stadium at Buddy Bufford Field here in Lincolnton, Georgia. We are ready for the second half kickoff between the Lincoln County Red Devils and the McCormick Chiefs. Lincoln County, all Red Devils in the first half, 34-8.
I'm disappointed, John. I got two things I'm bothered about.
All right.
One, I don't have one of those McCormick bucket hats that Coach Pratt was wearing.
Sweet, wasn't it?
And then two, Ryan Bowers came up here with a handful of hot dogs, and I didn't even get one.
So it's Lincoln County kicking off, and McCormick will return it up to about the 30-yard line. That was Silas Kennedy.
Yeah, the coaches were telling me, we were talking about Ryan Bowers.
Yeah.
He's helped with the broadcast in the past, former great player in his own right at Greenbrier and played college ball and pro ball. And Bowers, of course, owns Athlete Academy and works with some of these guys on their speed, agility. He works with Mateo Durant, but he also works with Silas Kennedy, and we mentioned his name during the break, and one of the coaches from McCormick said, "Yeah, the kid can fly." So if he gets out in the open field, that'll be fun to watch because he does. No, we can see it's obvious he's got some speed.
Bowers, a former Game Night Live alum.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So McCormick will set up shop at its own 30, and right up the middle they'll go. And they tried it with Durant again, and Durant is stopped cold again.
Yeah. Penetration up front, 78 for Lincoln County. That's Tyson Zeller's just a sophomore. Number 9, Jaden Robinson as well.
Look at the size of these guys.
I was going to say, Jaden Robinson last year really stood out to me, and we hadn't called his name much tonight, but he looked good last year for Lincoln County in there at middle linebacker.
So they gained maybe a 2 feet, let's say 2 feet. And so it'll be second and a long 9. Man in motion was Frambro, but up the middle they go instead. And a good push that time by the Chiefs. We'll move it up to about the 36-yard line. Give him 6 yards on that. And again, it was Durant as the Chiefs continue to try to establish him.
Well, he can be dangerous in two ways. He can be dangerous because he's a great runner, but you can also use him as a decoy as they did on the touchdown earlier. They faked it to him, and it left some room for the quarterback. There they tried to fake it. One thing I wouldn't do is fake it and then run behind him. I think that play was designed to come to this side of the field, and it was bottled up. But
it was the same formation, same motion, but this time Walters kept it and for nothing. So it'll be 4th down and 4, and I would guess McCormick's going to be in a punting situation, and dropping back deep to receive for Lincoln County is Medarius Duke Roberts.
Well, Janias Johnson, who Matt talked to at halftime. See him punt the football here. Just a freshman.
And a pretty good kick. Takes a Lincoln, actually bounced kind of straight up in the air at the 40-yard line, and that is where the Lincoln County Red Devils will set up 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. So you have a Duke Roberts for Lincoln County and a Duke commit, Mateo Durant,
that's exactly
for McCormick.
Right. And your favorite actor, Duke Wayne. Is that right?
Oh, yes. You could tell it's been hot all day when it took me a second to put that together. Oh, 1st and 10 from the 40.
Dang, I wish I'd have thought what Matt said in our ears first.
I'll pass it along in just a second. In the meantime, a great run around the left side by Antonio Williams. I feel like we've heard that name a time or two tonight.
Yeah, he's had a pretty – look, not many touches every time. I was just about to say, every time he touches, he scores until then.
Scott Michaud from the Augusta Chronicle sitting to our left points out that is the first time that Williams has touched the ball tonight and not scored.
That's a pretty good – that's a percentage. I would just slide a note under the coach's desk. 4 touches, 3 touchdowns. Come on. I need a ball more.
From midfield, and this carry is going to go to Silas Kennedy. I'm sorry, that's the wrong number and wrong side.
Yeah, check. That's actually Franklin on the carry.
That was Franklin on that carry. Matt reports down at the down from the field, and that's why I got a little distracted. But great news, Derikas Parks, if you remember, number 24, went out for McCormick earlier in the game, but it appears he is back in the game now. Just had a little bit of a stinger, so that's great news that he wasn't hurt any more than it appears that he is.
Yeah, went out with a shoulder injury early. Here's
3rd,
Norman.
not much, and here's Norman, and Norman has a lot, busting through the middle to about the 34-yard line of McCormick. That is about 21 yards on the carry.
Well, we got the rebroadcast, of course, coming up at noon on WJBF News Channel 6. And anybody watching that's buddies with Norman, tell him to watch. He's going to love all the comparisons of, Michael Turner and Jerome Bettis and, Darren Sproles. But, yeah, I mean, look at that. I love that low center of gravity. It's so tough to get a good hit on him.
New set of downs for Lincoln County. This is Williams again. And he's going to be tripped up for not a whole lot.
Oh, yeah. Maurice Jones-Drew, another one that
That's
Nathan
another
said.
one. I feel like Williams is slipping a little bit. That's 2 straight touches, and he didn't score.
Yeah, come on, buddy. What have you done for me lately?
So it'll bring up second and about 2. I promised to tell the viewers what Matt Lane said.
It was our Duke theme.
It was our Duke theme.
We didn't even mention that Duke just hauled in the number 1 player in the country, Marvin Bagley.
And you said, that my favorite actor was Duke Wayne, and then Matt Lane said, and, of course, your favorite article of clothing, Daisy Dukes.
You wear those when you watch Duke basketball?
All the time. All the time.
While you're eating a sandwich with Duke's mayonnaise. We can go on and on, folks.
Make it stop. We've emptied the press box.
Yeah, they're all. Yeah.
3rd and 6. They go 3 wide to the right again, and Reed's going to tuck it and run it. Oh, he's got great blocking. Reed, change of direction. Reed to the corner. Touchdown.
Again, patience that we wouldn't have seen 2 years ago as a 10th grader. You see the evolution of this kid. He didn't have it one way, but he was patient enough to kind of wait. Watch this here. He stops, waits. Let's go around my blockers here. And, of course, downfield, the receivers. I think it was Williams that threw a real good block. Actually, it was 26. I want to give credit where credit's due there that threw that block. 26 for Lincoln County. That is C.J. Glaze who threw that nice block to get him into the end zone.
And we've talked so much tonight about Mateo Durant for Fox Creek committing to Duke, but Javon Reed has been offered by Mercer University. So he's going to be playing on Saturday somewhere next fall as well. The extra point is up and good, and Lincoln County picks up in the second half where it left off in the first half. And your score with 7:35 to play in the third quarter. Lincoln County 41, McCormick 8. And with that, we will bring in a special guest right after this as we continue live on Game Night Live from Lincoln County. Red Devils to kick off, leading 41-8, about almost midway through the third quarter of play. And again, it is Kennedy on the return. He'll bring it up to about the 46. AB with a special guest.
That's right. We always talk to a special guest from one of our great sponsors, McDonald's, and we are fortunate to be joined once again by Miranda Beard, who's been with us before in the past. Miranda, welcome in. We appreciate you being with us.
Hi.
Yeah. Now, you just told me off air. Tell everybody what you do with McDonald's. I know you're an area supervisor, correct?
Yes. I'm an area supervisor for David and Janie Cravens. We have 11 restaurants in the Augusta area.
That's awesome. So how did you get your start with McDonald's?
I actually started at the Ronald McDonald House as a resident manager before going in the restaurants.
Oh,
about
man, they
15
do great
years
things.
ago.
Been involved with some charities with them, and they do a lot of great things in the community, helping out. When you got a kid that's sick and you got to go out of town, all that stuff's tough. Ronald McDonald House takes care of all that, which is you don't have to worry about it. And you're worrying about your kid, which is what you want to be doing. Now, are there any high schoolers, any of the local high schoolers working at some of the McDonald's that you oversee?
Yes, sir. We have several working in our 11 restaurants, cheerleaders and band members.
That's awesome. Now, the Beard name is pretty familiar to both Lincoln County and Columbia County. Where do you hail from?
Lincoln County.
Lincoln County, that's what I thought. Yeah, there have been a lot of Beards that have played for Lincoln County in a bunch of sports, no doubt about it. And also talk about the fact McDonald's and you guys being a part of high school sports and what that. It seems like the two go hand in hand sometimes. We talk about hanging out after the game and stuff like that. Talk about you guys being involved with high school athletics.
Well, it's really exciting for us to see the kids playing that work in our restaurants, being able to come out and support them. McDonald's is a huge sponsor, and we're just glad to be here.
That's right, and we all year long, of course, we'll be talking to different folks from McDonald's, and at the end of the year, hope to see you at the Border Bowl. We love the Border Bowl.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Miranda. All right, Miranda Beard with the area supervisor of 11 McDonald's in the CSRA, and we appreciate her being with us for a little bit here during what she's pulling for Lincoln. She's a Lincoln County girl. She's
bet.
pulling for the Red Devils. So
Absolutely.
it's been a good night for her.
That's one of the things we talked about all night with Lincoln County is tradition. And you
Yeah.
have the Beards, the Normans, the Hursts.
The Leverets,
Yes.
the Wins.
The Wins. There's another
There's a
win
Win
on the
playing
team
now,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Javon Wynn, a sophomore nose guard for Lincoln County. He's a starter.
Yeah.
And while we were talking to her, McCormick has moved it from their own 31 to just across midfield.
Well, one thing they're doing is, again, you're down 41-8. Obviously, you're in a tough spot, but you want to keep working on things because you're not going to play Lincoln County every week. I mean, this is a good football team.
Thank goodness for McCormick.
Yeah, this is a good football team, but you're not going to play them every week. This is, like I said, probably the best team Kevin Banks has had since he took over.
On 3rd and 5, it is Durant, and it is a first down to about the 41-yard line. He stayed inbounds, so the clock will continue to move with 5:21 to go here in the third quarter. Well, once they move the chains, it'll continue to move.
Yeah, good run that time. There you see some of that speed getting to the corner. And you're not going to arm tackle him. The defender just flew off of him. It's a nice run by Durant. Good blocking, too, up front to kind of seal that edge for him by the Chiefs.
So a nice little drive here by the Chiefs.
Here's a look at their quarterback, Dylan Walters, who has a touchdown tonight.
Responsible for their only score of the night so far. And up the gut they'll go this time. I could not catch the number.
It looks like that was Parks,
That was
who obviously is
Parks,
okay.
Which, who, again, fortunately, wasn't hurt any worse than he was earlier in this game, just a stinger. Under 5 minutes now, as you see Parks, who just met a red wall led by Tyson Zellers.
Yeah, Zellers has played good tonight. He's
We've called his name a lot.
just a sophomore. We talk about all the seniors. They've sprinkled in some good young players as well. Here's Durant.
So on 2nd and 6, and he'll push ahead he might have gotten a yard.
Well, just that little move, though, to slip past the defensive lineman. I think it was 72 for Lincoln County, who was back there in pursuit, Blackman. And he just made a little move to the side to be able to, instead of getting stopped for no gain, he's able to pick up a couple.
So 3rd and 6, Lincoln County leading 41-8.
And
as advertised, these Red Devils.
Yep, absolutely. Ranked 10th in the state, and I think that might be a little low for them this year. A lot of years I think they're ranked on their reputation maybe, but not this year. I think they're a little lower than – or they should be a little lower, further up in the rankings.
Walters will keep spun around by Wayne Wright, and he will be short. And that'll bring up a 4th down. I would imagine at this point in the ball game and at this part of the field, they'll go for it. It'll be 4th and a long one.
That was an excellent fake, by the way, by Walters. All right, here we go. The one call that's all from Ken Nugent. And, look, you got number 3. I don't see why you don't give it to him needing a yard here.
Full backfield for the Chiefs. It'll be Walters on the keeper. And I believe he's got push and more and a first down almost to the 20-yard line.
I think Lincoln County was listening to me. They were worried about 3. There was a big hole for the quarterback there.
So a gutsy call by Paul Pratt, and it pays off.
Keep that drive alive.
So the Chiefs will set up at the 21-yard line. Durant in motion. He's got it, and he's got about 4 yards. Just sort of squirted through the middle.
And they are in the red zone, of course, the Augusta Technical College red zone. Look at Durant, though. Look, he knows he's going to take a hit. He protects that football and happy to pick up that first down.
This is only McCormick's 2nd trip into the red zone tonight. The first time paid off for them when Walters kept for the touchdown. It is 2nd and 6 from the 19. Walters keeps, throws, corner, broken up.
Yeah, nice play defensively by, well, I believe that was Roberts coming over. And those two have been tangling all night, Roberts and Tate. the ball hung up a little bit, and it gave Roberts time to get over there and make the play.
Mycarian Tate, the intended receiver down there.
Not a bad play call. I think it just took a little too long to develop, and then the throw kind of hung up in the air a little bit.
3rd and 6. And, again, I would seriously doubt, I would imagine this is 2-down territory for McCormick.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that.
Walters out of the gun. Going to give it to Durant. He's dragging guys.
Good hard
right
run.
Through the middle.
Look, it's one thing to drag guys. It's one thing to drag defensive backs, but when you get hit by 2 middle linebackers, and that might be our Augusta Payne Center hit of the game. We might need – I don't know if we can see that again, guys. I don't want to put y'all in a bad spot. But, man, what a hit Durant laid on. I believe that was Jaden Robinson. Watch this right here.
Ooh.
And Robinson, number 9, just goes back. And he's a middle linebacker. It's not like that's a little kid. So a nice hit that time by Durant.
And he does pick up the first down. It'll put the ball at the right outside the 10-yard line. And with that, the Lincoln County Red Devils take a timeout to talk about it. We'll take time out with them. Lincoln County leading 41-8 on Game Night Live. Back live at Larry Campbell Stadium with Lincoln County leading 41-8. 98 seconds left here in quarter number 3, but the Chiefs driving 1st and 10 from just outside the 10, and not a whole lot there for Durant this time.
By the way, John, we were talking about that big matchup between Aquinas and Laney tonight and the history and all that with that game. Aquinas now has tacked on another touchdown. They fell behind early 6-3, but they now lead it 17-6. Harlem is up at halftime over Glasscock County. Those fans are going to be going crazy. They haven't had a lot to celebrate in a number of years. They're up 56-0 at the half.
How about them dogs?
Yeah, might be a little running clock tonight in Glasscock.
On 2nd and 9, it is Durant. He's got a wall in front of him. He'll take it down inside the 5-yard line to about the 4. As the clock runs under a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. Well,
Durant a little slow to get up there.
And the coaches at Duke hold their breath.
Well, the coaches at McCormick
that's
more
true
so.
Too.
He's got 72 yards now all of a sudden. Again, Lincoln County keying on him. He's still able to get 72 yards.
3rd and
County.
4. From the 4. And Durant stands with Walters out of the gun. To Durant and just crushed.
Yeah, that was
Jaden
Robinson's revenge is what that was called. Jaden Robinson, watch him come in. He said, okay, hit of the game against me, I'll give you one.
Yep.
And the ball came out. He had no time to really even get the ball. I don't know how Robinson got in there that fast.
The good news is Mateo Durant is up and walking to the sideline.
The bad news is Lincoln County's offense is coming onto the field.
Because the 4th down conversion is no good. And it'll be Lincoln County ball with probably 1 snap left here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, Jaden Robinson just shot the gap there and was there. I mean, the minute the ball was handed to Durant, he was hit by Robinson.
I couldn't see the number. It's in this one perfect part of the field where there's this wooden panel.
Yeah.
And now I'm screened by a fan. Let me stand up. Lincoln County will keep it on the ground, and that'll end the first quarter of play. That's Rawls, we haven't seen since that drive he had, the touchdown drive he had earlier in the game. So that'll bring us to the end of 3 quarters of play in Lincolnton, Georgia. Your score, the Lincoln County Red Devils 41, the McCormick Chiefs 8. You're watching Game Night Live.